the shots down.
Tie the franchise. Well, first of all, they're not going to tie the franchise record every time they go out and play. So this.
Well, we did that game, one game at a time. That's all we care about, Paul.
It was a good win, though. Great win.
One game at a time. So what statement did the Lakers send in this blowout that many people picked OKC to win? Many people.
Yeah, I picked OKC to win.
Many people.
It was a statement. It was a statement. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't see it coming because the way they're a young team who's hungry. They don't really have much to play for, but they're still a young team, and it is the Lakers. And every time you play against the Lakers, LeBron, Luka, you want to beat them. So the way the Lakers came out, shot the ball was impressive. LeBron didn't have that great a game, and they still win by this many points. Says a lot about the Lakers and where they are now or where they can go. But the thing about the Lakers, they like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. One week they look good, then the next week, I don't know, they lose 3 in a row, win 4 in a row. I'm trying to get a finger on like who they really are. One week they're one of the worst defensive teams, then the following week they're one of the best defensive teams. So if they can just show some consistency, then they can go a long way.
I think the consistency starts, Rick, obviously with the health. When you get everybody on the floor like we did against OKC, we had everybody.
Yeah.
So we were able to dominate the game.
Yeah. Well, and you also had a very motivated Luka Doncic to make up for what he didn't do against the Golden State Warriors. Right. To me, the statement was simply, if you don't take us seriously, we will beat the brakes off.
Yeah.
Because that's what the Thunder, I too thought, well, they're not beating the Thunder twice in a row in Oklahoma City. But this was not the #1 defense in the league in the way that they played. Lakers got off to a terrific start offensively, shooting the ball, and I didn't see the Thunder making any sorts of adjustments to try to close them out or run them off the line or do anything different. And so the Lakers took full advantage of that, as they should. But it looked to me like a team in the Lakers that has everything to play for and is fighting tooth and nail to make sure that they're not in the play-in and that they have home court advantage for at least the first round, and an OKC Thunder team that isn't playing for anything and said, you know what, if we can get this game, great. If we can't, no worries, because it doesn't change anything for us.
Yeah, and in the beginning, I didn't think they didn't look as motivated as you were saying. It's just that the Lakers got out to a crazy start. I mean, shooting 55% from three-point is absolutely outrageous. And one thing that really stood out to me is I noticed like SGA at home was not getting the calls that he usually gets. I don't believe he shot 1 free throw attempt. He's averaging 8 per game. Actually, I think only 2 people got to the line that game. So that was a huge thing. Like, I mean, there was a lot of contact when he was getting to the hoop, and he was not getting any calls at home. So that was a big deal. But this was, I didn't think it was a major statement, but now sitting here listening to you guys talk about it, it was because they really needed this momentum, especially going into the postseason.
Well, you also want to beat a team that you could potentially see down the line in the playoffs.
Right, it's one of the top teams in the league.
Come playoff time. And I tried to tell everybody when we talked about it prior to going away is that when you look at the schedule, 2 games at OKC in 3 days. We get to, obviously, yesterday we had a little bit of rest, so to speak, and then you move on. I mean, you move on from there.
That's good rest in Oklahoma City, too.
Today and then tomorrow, because you don't get a chance to do anything. You just go hang out at whatever little local restaurant. You might get room service if you're in the right hotel. Who knows? Or you eat whatever's catered to you. But you shoot 50% from the floor. Luka shot 50% from the floor. You get the best Luka in those situations. For whatever reason, he has OKC's number. Maybe that's because he's seen them a lot in the postseason. He kind of understands who they are as a team when he was with Dallas. I just look at the Lakers right now and say, if you looking at them in the West and you're saying that they can't come out the West, then you're not really paying attention. Because when they were healthy, when they first acquired Luka and everybody was on board, they were winning, they were running the floor, they was playing defense, they was beating teams like this.
Yeah. Well, and that's where I think this is potentially a mistake by Oklahoma City in not coming and taking this game, I felt, as seriously as they could have, because they could really put between the past game and the upcoming game, you could put the Lakers behind the 8 ball in terms of being a play-in game.
So let me ask you this, though, Rick.
They didn't have a chance to catch it. They didn't have a chance to take it seriously because they got out the gate.
But see, Paul and Rick are selling this. They wasn't taking it serious stuff.
No, they took it serious.
They absolutely took it serious. Because I'm looking at SGA play, right?
Yeah.
Lou Dort play, right?
How much did they play?
He played 30 minutes.
Okay.
30
minutes is
Yeah, but at some point you're gonna pull everybody. They start pulling him in the fourth quarter. I don't even think how many minutes he played. Played very little minutes in the fourth quarter.
About the Lakers too, because I feel
Chet
like the
played.
Lakers,
Lou Dort played. I mean, everybody played.
They played, but the Lakers, man, they weird. It's like they're a team that, honestly, out of all the teams in the top four, they're a team that I feel like can lose in the first round or get to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Because when you lose to Chicago twice like they did,
but
you lose to Golden State. Like that's not a bad loss because Golden State is Golden State.
Golden State is a good team.
But they're a good team. But you beat Denver in Denver. You beat OKC in OKC.
But you're talking about the teams that we beat versus the teams that we lost at full strength. Those teams that we beat, we were at full strength. Now, Golden State, we were at full strength, but at the same time, it's Golden State. They're a different team.
I just feel as if the Lakers are still going through growing pains in terms of figuring out how to maximize the ability of their top three. And let's face it, that's the one concern that I have is they're very top-heavy. Reeves and Luka and LeBron all have to play well and contribute in order for them to be successful. And the one pushback I'll have on you is, I agree. Like, they could potentially I certainly have them getting to the Western Conference Finals. That they have that potential without question. The concern I have is when they get to the playoffs, those big three, can't just play offensively. They've got to play defensively, and they've got to play hard at both ends of the floor in order for the Lakers to be everything that they can be. And can they do that in long, multiple playoff series? Because I believe that's what it's going to take to get there. That's my biggest concern. And stay healthy.
So you don't like our top 8?
I just think they're just so dependent on those three.
But who's
doing everything to get everybody?
Other than the Boston Celtics, who else has the depth?
Oklahoma City has depth.
But they're young, so I don't give them the credit because they're so young and inexperienced at what they probably get ready to go up against. And once upon a time, other teams were young too. Okay,
but here's the difference for me is if I look at the nucleus of these other teams, and I would even include Golden State, even though they have 330-something guys as their nucleus, is I'm not looking at a nucleus on any of these other teams that is as fragile as the Lakers is health-wise. Like we've seen Austin Reeves, when he's got to play hard consistently, multiple games, he starts to break down a little bit physically. LeBron James is 40 years old. That speaks for itself. And Luka Doncic, same thing. Like if they have to play hard, like you have to play hard in the postseason, I just need to see it.
But in all fairness, Paul, we could say that for every team.
But I would say more so for them. That would be my concern, too. Like, can you go through a series? Like, if it was a single-game elimination, no question, I would say the Lakers. But through a full, like in a series, like they might have to see somebody early that's going to be a war of attrition. If they get out of that game.
I give them better odds in a series than I do in a one-off.
Well, what? Really?
Yeah. Huh. Because it's not the same as it is in the regular season, as you know.
Yeah.
There's days, travel days. There's rest in between. I mean, it's just a different. Everything slows down.
Yeah, and LeBron don't have to be great every night, as we saw.
It's not.
SGA has to be great
every night. That's what I'm saying.
So I think this playoffs is going to come down to the matchup.
Man,
like,
when you can get
I don't want the Lakers to play Golden State first round. I don't think they get past Golden State. You know, so
That's
I really
in a 7-game.
In a 7-game series.
Last time we played them in a 7-game, we waxed them.
No, y'all, but it's not. But not this year. I'm just thinking this year. I just think that's a bad matchup for them in the first round.
I got to get used to the we. He keeps saying we.
Oh, trust me.
That's my fault. I should have known.
There's multiple teams that get the we, too. I'm like, what sport are we in?
Only teams that get the we are teams that's from Southern California, Los Angeles base. Once we're no longer in it, then I have to pick my part of the Californians, right? If the Lakers ain't in it, then I'm going with Golden State. Golden State and the Lakers ain't in it, I ain't got no team.
You just skipped over the Clippers?
Yeah, I don't even rock with them. I almost said something else, but no, sorry, Paul. I don't mess with the Clippers. I don't mess with the Padres. I don't mess with the Angels. So just so everybody knows, if those things happen to come up and we're not in it.
Glad you clarified that.
No, seriously. So SGA was on the losing side of the battle last night against the Lakers despite scoring 26 points. He has the best odds to win the MVP right now as it stands today. But Joker is right behind him, averaging a triple-double this season alone, which is, I don't even know how to describe that, Rick, at all, but the triple-double. Should SGA be clear-cut favorite to win his first MVP?
No, I don't understand. I don't know that there's a clear-cut favorite. I'm not mad at anybody who ends up putting SGA at the top of their ballot, but I have one, and Nikola Jokic is at the top of mine right now. This is the best basketball
So what
I've
could
seen
change
him
it?
play.
You say as of right now, what could change where you're at on the ballot?
I don't know that anything could. I just look at the supporting cast that Nikola has, which I think has been underwhelming across the board. I mean, let's just face it. You know, we always talk about, like, why doesn't LeBron James needs more help? Steph Curry needs more help. His franchises shouldn't be wasting their years because they're still playing at such an elite level. Both of those guys have had at least one All-Star every year that their teams have been in the running. Nikola Jokic, when has he ever had an All-Star?
He's had the least amount of help out of any champion in the past probably 10 years.
Thank you. And so, and especially this year.
Well, I can't really say that because he had a lot of good players.
Yes.
Just because you don't have an all-star, you still got some really good players. Like Aaron Gordon is a really good player. Like Porter Jr. they're borderline all-stars.
No.
Murray was clutch in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're borderline all-stars. Like Murray is a borderline all-star.
But you're asking Jokic to do everything.
But Paul just said a minute ago that SGA has to do everything essentially for OKC to even be able to.
No. He has to play well. I don't know that he does everything, but he has to do what he does
for them to win.
Well, for them to win.
And you don't think Joker has to do that?
No, I do believe Joker should do that more so than SGA
More
does.
than just scoring.
I think SGA gets help in a lot of areas that he doesn't. Like Jokic has to rebound. Jokic has to play make. Like SGA just creates so much attention that makes things easier.
It just looked better to me. I guess maybe that's my problem. It just you know, his little he gets to
SGA
the spots.
looks better.
Yeah, he just gets to the spots.
You don't like the no look behind the back.
It don't even really look like him. It just looked like he just, I don't know, man.
It's effortless.
It's like I don't even know how to describe greatness. Like I'm seeing the greatness from Jokic every single time he's on the floor.
He makes it look easy and mundane.
It's chill until you look at the stat sheet.
But it just looked like it's like Paul playing with his son out on the basketball court. Like
it's too easy.
Yeah, it's like it don't look right. You know, you can't jump on, like Paul said, you can't jump over a book,
You're going to penalize the Joker because he makes it look too easy. He's not working hard enough. Really?
This is going to be.
I kind of like that flash, I guess.
I'm so conflicted with this right now because on one end, I'm like, you got to give credit to SGA for leading this team. 60 wins, best record in the league.
Yep.
I mean, he's leading the league in scoring. When the last time? I think the last time we seen somebody lead the league in scoring and have the best record was probably like I think maybe like LeBron did it, like a lot of years back.
AI maybe.
I'd have to go look.
No. Best record in the league and led the league in scoring. That's hard. That doesn't happen.
LeBron's only got one scoring.
I think they did. I think it might have been maybe LeBron. I know Jordan did it many times.
Oh, did it just about every year.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm conflicted. Then you look on the other side, you're like, this is historic. This guy is top 3 in 3 major statistical categories. I've never seen that in all my years of watching basketball or ever even heard of it. As a matter of fact, it's never happened. How about that? And so how do you tell a guy who's doing this much that he's not the MVP? I put a bid in and say, hey, they should come up with a co-MVP.
Maybe they can they do it? Can they do it?
Man, they can do whatever they want.
But
we had a co-rookie of the year before.
Only if it ended up in a tie. It would have to end up in a tie.
So let me ask you this on your vote. Are you writing it in? Is it on
You have 5 spots, and you pick 5 players, and it's like 10, 7, 5, 3, 1 in terms of the points that you receive based on where you are on the ballot. Man. It's really hard to have a tie.
Well, but all y'all got to do is
probably why they made it like that.
Yeah.
No, all y'all got to do is talk to one another. Hey, man, who you voting for? You know, just
wait a minute. You mean us as voters need to talk to each other to see how we can do it?
Yeah.
No, there's like 100 of us. And besides, I don't talk to them.
They do it in other sports, I'm sure.
But whoever gets it, they're going to say the other one was robbed.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the only other years I mean, maybe the last time when Embiid got it that you could have said Joker could have got it.
Yeah.
This should be his fifth MVP.
It is, yeah, it is. I mean, I think he should be the favorite still, just because.
SGA?
Yes, because he is the best player on the best team. Now, is it clear cut? I wouldn't say so, just because what Jokic is doing, and I kind of look at it like, okay, I'm a big boxing fan, so you see a prize fight, the guy who's the champion. In order for him to lose the belt, like, don't let it go to the judges. He really has to get knocked out. And right now, what Jokic is doing, he is throwing haymakers. He is knocking people out.
He's throwing haymakers.
I feel like it's coming to that point where he keeps doing this the next couple weeks or so, like, it's going to be his.
I can't help but feel as if some of this, what's driving this as far as the anti-Jokic group is because he's already won so many times and because we've almost become accepting of his triple-double magic, that he does all these things. Like, if this was the first year that he was doing anything close to this, we'd be looking at it and go, you can't say no to that. You can't say no to that.
You can't say no to this. Nobody's ever done this. Rick, nobody's ever done this.
No, but
we've seen the triple-double.
Every year he's come close. Look, what he did last year was amazing, and the one fault that he had was he didn't shoot the three consistently. Like, he would pass up shots. That's how they lost to Minnesota, and he didn't shoot it particularly well. This year he comes back, and he's shooting a career-high almost 6 threes a game, and he's making like 45%.
What else do you need, he said?
Like, yeah.
We're going to look at this. Look.
You don't like that.
You know, it's going to be funny. We're going to look up and say a guy averaged 30 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists and didn't win the MVP.
Yeah.
See, even his,
That don't even sound right.
And his team was a top 4 team in the West.
That don't even sound right.
Even his hook shot looked weak to me. At least Kareem's his has some style to it. Joker's just like, I'm already at the rim.
Count it.
Here you go, count it.
Count it.
Anyway.
Substance over style, buddy.
I understand. That's why we like the Lakers. Over to Paul Celtics. They followed up. Paul, are you surprised that the Celtics are in second and not in first behind OKC to win the title?
I'm just tired of, I'm not, you know what? This is just, I'm so tired of the disrespect for Boston Celtics. For the players, from the time, I mean, it goes back to day one from Russell to Bird to
he was just watching Celtic City. He just watched that. He just watched.
And now we're doing it with this team, with Jason Tatum. He's the most disrespected superstar. The Celtics are the most disrespected franchise. We're talking about a team that's going to win 60 games, defending champs, and they're not the favorite. Does this even make sense? Does that even sound right? 60-win team. Won the championship easily last year. They only lost 4 games. Oh, wait, 3 games. And they're not the favorite. And who are we saying the favorite are? Oh, Oklahoma City. Oh, you know, you got some guys behind these computers and these analytics saying, oh, the defense, and they meet all, check all the boxes and the metrics. But when you look at the eye test and you see a Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Peyton Pritchard, Derek White go for 40 when our superstars don't even play.
At the same time.
Like at the same time. What is going on? America, what are y'all watching? Vegas, you got to do something about that. I can't stand this. This is unreal. I'm tired of the disrespect from my Boston Celtics. I'm done.
Rick, you guys have hit Paul so hard.
Oh, my goodness.
He's got his Cyndi Lauper going
man.
on. He's got the red.
I don't think it's disrespect.
red hair.
This is pure disrespect.
No, this is what's strange to me. Boston, for me, is the team to beat based on their experience.
Yeah.
I can say we.
Yeah, I can say we.
But that said, if this is based on the odds makers, I understand that Oklahoma City has the best record, right? They do have a legitimate MVP candidate. They have the best combined offensive and defensive net rating. They're #1 defense
Throwing out all
in the
these
league.
numbers again. Here go these numbers.
Right? Okay, so I get that. I get, like, you're looking at the regular season and you're saying, well, they're having the best regular season, so they're the favorite
And
to
they
win
got
it
a guy who's probably going to win the MVP, so they're looking at that.
Right. But they're going to
sweep Boston.
You know what?
Didn't they
I
sweep
hope
Boston in 2 games?
SGA wins the
Yeah,
MVP kind of.
and they swept
And
Boston.
they swept y'all the 2
Boston.
games.
They
Yeah,
swept
but
the
you know,
series.
when the last time the MVP of the league won the chip?
Come on, Rick.
Man, I thought this was a senior This
Last time.
He said football. He said
time you say the MVP of the
basketball. The MVP,
That's a good question.
it was probably LeBron in Miami.
Yeah, probably.
But before that, it just doesn't happen. Most likely you're not
Kawhi didn't win it in Toronto.
Nope. He didn't win the MVP.
Okay.
Kobe didn't win it.
We're not going back that far.
LeBron
I think
was
you're right
the last
with LeBron
one.
in Miami.
But it just when
Wait a
usually the
minute.
MVP.
You just said we're not going back that far. You went back to Miami, LeBron.
Okay, but you were going back to Kobe.
No, I said Kobe, Shaq. I just was thinking
and I
that in my
think
head.
maybe
Fuck
Shaq
back.
before that.
Yeah, I would say that's probably right.
So maybe
Look,
two
but here's-
times in the last 25 years.
But here's the thing.
So he
the-
can have the MVP.
You can have it. We'll take home the big,
Another banner.
trophy.
Well,
Yeah.
but here's the other
Yeah.
thing. We have not had a repeat winner for the last 6 years. And that's the longest period that we've seen without back-to-backs since you do go back to the Magic.
Steph in 14-15
Kareem
did it.
years.
MVP and won it.
Did somebody get in your ear?
He just remembered that
thinking.
I
stuff.
think.
The coconut water.
Yeah, he had the
14,
15, 14,
and they
15 when he won.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
When he won. Dang, that's 14, 15.
Was that was his unanimous year? Yeah.
Man, the year sounds a
years
long
ago.
time
10
ago.
years ago.
It seems like that was just yesterday.
10 years ago.
Yeah. That's good on you. No,
You're not surprised, Rick? You are surprised.
If you're going to have Oklahoma City as the favorite, then you should have Cleveland as the second favorite, and Boston should actually be third.
Based on record?
Yeah, based
What are we
on.
basing it on?
Well, if we're basing the only reason you would pick Oklahoma City over Boston
Okay.
is because they're having the best regular season record,
And they beat Boston twice.
and they beat Boston
But
twice.
my eyes tell me different, though. I'm an eye guy. I ain't analytics and all. That's cool.
Yeah, I got to see.
My eyes
He just
tell
talked
me.
about Joker.
I didn't set the odds. I'm just trying to explain why. All I want is consistency. If you're going to set the odds based on best record and best regular season, then Boston should actually be third, because Cleveland has had a better regular season record. That's the part that I don't understand here.
I understand.
Not that Boston isn't the favorite, but if you're not going to make them the favorite, then you can't make them second.
But if
you
you're
got to make
looking
them
at a
third.
7-game series, I don't think either Cleveland nor OKC, if they got out of the West, can take Boston in 7.
I
so
agree.
they got to look at that, not this 2-game sweep or
We coming in from flying across the country, didn't really have a practice that day and played them. You know,
We
what I'm
got
saying?
two guys that
happens.
can go for 40 at the same time.
Listen, when you got to really sit down in that room and break down a team and say, all right, we got them for 7 games, it's a different animal. It's a different
Yeah, I mean,
defense, it's a different offense.
I'm not surprised again. I mean, I am surprised, but by, like Rick said, looking at the head-to-head, I understand why they're ahead by a little bit. But Cleveland, that's a great argument. I mean, they split the series with Boston, and they do have a better record.
I don't think nobody sitting at this desk thinks that Cleveland is a championship team.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.